All right, we'll call the meeting to order, the Animal Services, October 15th. Do our roll call.
Cahill.
Here.
Desart. Here. Eckhoff. Garcia.
Here.
Krajewski.
Here.
Rutledge.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Move on to public comment. We got anybody sign in for public comment?
Do that.
Any about the Sphere and the Eagles concert? All back there, Nick? All good? Okay. All right, perfect. Chairman's report. Just so you know, I did get a call Thursday from Dr. Geppinger, who's the president of Midwest University. And I worked with her back when I was mayor. They continue to build more schools there on that campus, but they're now going to be building a veterinarian school. And they would like to partner with us in some fashion. And Dr. Geppinger was amazing. She had kind of followed what we've been doing at the county and the work we've been doing and the new building. So they want to reach out and see if they can work in some fashion with us.
For interns even.
So
Awesome.
interns, and they even, there's that they can send their students out to see some of because the local, like Hinsdale Humane, West Suburban, they don't have vets and aren't doing the surgeries like we are doing. But yeah, so there's some kind of partnership I think we can work on, and told them that we'd be reaching out. So they're very excited about adding another school there. Move on to our approval of our minutes of September 17th.
Second.
Any corrections, additions? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Let's move our administrative update.
Yeah, so we're caring for still just under 200 animals. I'd like to keep it under that number, but especially as we're moving into the next phase of construction, we're hoping to find some more outcomes for animals. And as the weather gets cooler, we start to see some of like kitten season stuff taper off, hopefully. So we always do our update every Saturday for the public on social, letting people know what our numbers look like. We also had a really successful Super Adoption Saturday event, which was that over 20 rescues and shelters came together in the Lake County Fairgrounds. There were almost 500 animals there and almost 300 got adopted.
Wow.
Yes, for us, we had 22 kittens, and this was the big win. We had 6 rabbits go home in one day, which is great because rabbit adoptions are usually slower. And I think we also had a really good opportunity to do small animal education. We had a dedicated room for small animals and just a lot of people coming in and didn't even know they could have, rabbits as pets or wanted to know more about having guinea pigs. And so that was a great outreach
I wonder if we
opportunity.
could incorporate that into Make Pride Fest.
Oh, like
Have
a
education
big, oh, sure. Yeah,
about
definitely.
small animals,
Laura loves doing that. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I love that. So anyway, the coalition continues to really do some wonderful things coming together to try to pool our resources to try to find good outcomes for animals and help educate the community. We are a little delayed on construction again. So unfortunately, some of our electrical gear that we've been waiting for is stuck in South Carolina. So that early November move date, I think has been pushed back a little bit, maybe mid to end November. So we're a little bit in a holding pattern there. The construction team is still plugging away on some items, but that other phase we were just in is kind of coming to a close. So we'll see what we're at.
I'm hearing that about other building ventures around the
Yeah.
area. There's a Muslim, it's not a mosque, it's a different, anyway, building. And they're having to delay their opening too because of delays in merchandise.
Yeah, but we're just working around with it, right? We keep just doing what we're doing. We've had some really successful grant and fundraising opportunities, both here directly through the county and through DuPage Animal Friends. For those of you who are on social, you might have seen we had a young large breed dog named Daisy May who needed heart surgery. We had a family for her. Euthanasia was not an option. And so we reached out to DuPage Animal Friends and we did a fundraiser with them, giving them some information about her, and they raised over $7,000 to pay for her surgery. We're recovering her at the shelter because it's trying to tell a very large breed, 6-month-old puppy that she needs to be on bed rest is really challenging. So in this case, the kennel environment is actually kind of ideal for her because we kind of limit that activity. We want to make sure that that device that was just installed doesn't dislodge from her heart. So really successful support from the community on that. And I
How
know
much was the surgery?
the surgery was about $6,000, plus we had $800 in diagnostics, and then she's gonna have some more follow-ups plus all the medications. So all in, she's gonna be probably $78,000. Yeah,
7,800.
1,000.
78,000?
7 to 8,000, not 78,000, sorry.
Oh,
You raised 7,000.
Correct, yeah. By the time we're done with the follow-up visits and
Oh, you
everything,
numbers people.
so. yes.
7 to 8,000, gotcha.
Um,
And she's going back to her family
yes.
when she's recovered?
Yeah,
Good.
we had identified an adopter. Actually, the day we were processing the adoption was the day we discovered she had a very loud heart murmur. And so we sent her for some diagnostics, and then that's where they gave us the bad news.
I only asked that
So-
because you said she had a family.
Oh,
I just want to
yes.
make sure she still has that family.
Yeah, no, yeah, we just had them, we processed the adoption, and then we just had them return her right back to us so that she could stay in our care longer.
Okay.
They're very anxious to get her back, but they have another large breed dog in the home too, and we're just concerned about her activity levels, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've also, through DuPage Animal Friends, got some money for continuing our microchip and vaccine clinics for next year. Thank you to Athletes for Animals. They helped procure $1,000 towards that. And then also Jillian, who's our new foundation coordinator, has been doing a lot of grant research, and she sat in on a call and got the county another $2,000 just for participating and
Wow.
in this Rachel Ray Save Them All grant opportunity. So we've been trying to identify some other creative ways to fund some of the other really great work that we're doing in the community. So speaking of that, save the dates. We have, we had the gala in April, and we talked about doing like a lower ticket price, more casual event. November 2nd, DuPage Animal Friends is hosting Rock the Woof instead of Raise the Woof. And that's going to be at Church Street Brewery in Itasca
Good luck with that.
from 5 to 9. And they're just doing, it's just a nice outreach opportunity. I think we'll try to get the vehicle out there with some animals on it. They'll have a DJ, some fun music bingo we've been talking about, some food, just letting people see the progress and pictures of the construction.
Has that been announced on
Yeah,
social
so
media?
It's about to be, and we haven't yet, yeah.
At the facility?
No, it's at
Church.
Church Street Brewing in Itasca.
Thank you.
Yep.
That's a
And-
nice place.
Yeah, oh, it
I
is
was
very nice,
there
yeah.
for the mayors and managers meeting, and it's really, the retail place in front and then back has the whole brewery, which is
Right.
really cool. They might do a tour of that when you're there. It's
Yeah,
really
it's a
awesome.
nice venue. And nice to support our local DuPage businesses,
Is it one of our
right? So-
volunteers band playing?
So we did have one of our dog walking volunteers, her husband's in a well-known band, but their band is too big to fit in this space. So we're planning to do something with them next year when the weather's nicer and they can help us find a venue that's suitable for the size of their band, so. And then save the date also for April 25th, which is going to be our next gala date.
Friday night.
Yeah. And then I did want to give you an update on our veterinary care. So Dr. Brown is our deputy administrator veterinarian right now. She's coming in a couple days a week. She's also met not only with me, but with Dr. Christian Turdick, who is our other relief vet that's coming in a few days a week. In fact, I spent a bunch of time with her yesterday. The two of them have been collaborating on making sure we've got sufficient coverage for vet care in the building. And then we're also going to continue sending animals out like we have been. We had increased our transport of animals out to other vet hospitals within the last couple months. And so we've worked out the kinks with transport and scheduling. And so we're continuing to do that as well. So,
When did Dr. Brown start with us?
over 20 years ago.
Oh, my.
I mean,
I know it
she's-
predates me. I mean,
She's been around for a long time. You know, she keeps talking about retiring, but she loves what we do here at the county. She's got a very good working relationship with the staff. And we appreciate her being there for us. So, yeah, good. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. Any questions? Thanks. Move on to,
Oh,
Go
can I
ahead.
just, and I made a shout out at the my last environmental comments at the meeting about the native plantings that you've done all over the front of the building over there. It's like, it is possible that you can't landscape with all native, so love to point that out. It does look
Yeah,
beautiful.
excited to see it in the spring.
Yeah,
no, it was really nice out there. On the last tour, I did ask Kevin, right? Kevin's takes me on the tours over there. We could do beehives out there too, they said. If we wanted.
I don't want to hear that.
No, but they did a
Too soon.
very nice job out there. Moving on to old business, discussing about the animal service, our event space. If we are gonna allow outside organizations to use it and then also cater in and, provide alcohol service, there's a few things we need to do. Trevor, I don't know if you worked on any more of that, but we need to probably start moving that process forward, leads maybe improving it out of this committee and then bringing it to, full board. So I think we have to have some policy change or just policy change to allow alcohol on campus. Of course, we'd have all the right insurances, et cetera, and we have to work with the village of, Wheaton. Although are we moving everything over to us now? Are they de-annexing?
No,
Not a
it's
de-annex.
not a de-annex, they're
No.
just giving us some zoning capability,
Okay.
but the special events like that will still go through.
Okay, so we'll have to check with them. So we need to move that forward. So maybe next month we can have on our agenda discussion and a resolution to whatever we have to do.
You know, and I think that I told you last time we discussed this, that I serve on the DuPage Historical Museum Board, Foundation Board, and they're allowed to have events in their building and they're in Wheaton.
Sure.
And I think it's amazing because you can kind of advertise your product, i.e. history or animals, by having events in the facility. So I'm all for having events in this new center.
Great. And yeah, and then we just see what the rules are. A lot of towns have special events licenses you can get, but they limit them to 12 a year. We may have to do something where we may be limited to that, or we do something different where we can allow it all the time.
Do you anticipate any pushback in the village?
No.
Okay,
No, it's just complying with the rules. I mean, I don't see any.
figuring out what the rules are.
Will there be fees?
Sure, I think we want to rent, I think that's your intention, right, is to come forward with a
Of course.
Yeah, we'd like to find some opportunities where we can host birthday parties, incorporate animal education experiences for kids. We'd like to
Corporate
host
events.
corporate events where, you know, if a company wants to come in and do a team building thing, giving back towards the community with maybe doing enrichment items or something with animals, and then have that space for them. Be nice if they could have a lunch. Yeah.
And then also our rescue partners, the ones that pull animals from us and stuff, work in coordination with them to allow them maybe to do adoption events. Where you do a Saturday adoption event and they can bring they're always looking at a lot of these rescues because they don't really have facilities. They all have fosters. And you'll see them like in front of Petco or
Right.
downtown Downers, the Barkery, or different places they'll look to set up and it'd be a good, we can joint advertise an adoption day
Yeah,
using that
you know,
facility.
When my kids were little, one of them, I don't remember which, went to, I think it was a Petco or a PetSmart, but for a birthday party.
Oh.
And it was exactly what you were talking about, that they were educated in small animals for the birthday party. And I think it was cool. And they may have adopted out, little gerbils and things like that. I don't
To do
know.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I think there's a lot of uses we can use
I
in
do
that
too.
multi-purpose room.
yeah.
And Laura Winnie does a great job with,
Yeah, we have a great educator on our team.
I was out at the sort of shelter and they had very well organized in every group that was looking to adopt every half hour or hour, they had to have a little meeting under the tent and Laura Winnie was phenomenal at explaining, how to handle dogs, cats. And she's funny too.
Mhm.
She's got a good sense of humor.
Yes, I sat and listened to that several times. Funny every time
Never
she
got
said it.
over
So,
it,
yeah. Very good. So, all right, any new business? Do we have any new business? No. Perfect. Well, motion to adjourn? All in favor, aye?
Bye.
Somebody else.
Thank you very much.